This is Toy Spell, and today we're looking at the Destined one from Black Myth Wukong by INART.
And here is the INART box front, back, side, and up and down. As you can see, it says INART 112, Queen Studios, Black Myth Wukong.
And here is everything out of the box. It comes with a lot of hands. Not a lot of accessories overall, but a lot of hands. And a lot of choices, it looks like. Let's take a closer look at everything. We've got the regular size staff, and both of the core pieces are metal. So this regular size one is metal, and we've got this extended one, which is also metal, at least on the sides, if not the inner piece as well. But yeah, so we've got the extended one as well. We've got the end pieces that you put onto the staff to make it full and extended. And there is some really nice detailing on this. You can see this little creature in the middle here. And then you've got that green emerald color. This is just, it's really nicely detailed. We've got the incense trail talisman, which is double-sided. It's that thick, and even the sides have detailing on it. Enhanced Tiger Subduing pellets, and when you take these in the game, they make your damage increase significantly for a long duration. The Supreme Gourd, and you drink this in the game so that you can get health. The Destined One's head sculpt. Holy crap. I mean, look at the details on that. The fur sculpt, the hair on it, it's so delicate. This is 1/12 scale, so this is 6 inches. This is crazy. The ear, the glossy eyes, the nose, the paint on the face to make it look so alive. This is insane. This is a great head sculpt. We've got so many stand pieces. Spin-in effects for the staff, and you would just equip this onto either of the core pieces that you have here. And it is really well designed so that it reflects these end pieces, but like blurry and translucent with just full of energy. Onto the hands, we have fists. We have pointing hands, grasping hands, which these are like the hands that he mostly uses in the game when you see him at resting position. Open gripping hands, closed gripping hands, and ear plucking hands. So these would be good for plucking the staff out of his ear. And then you have what's on him, which are open, relaxed hands and a masked head. So let's take a closer look at his details because he looks great. Man, this figure is gorgeous, and I don't know if I need to say that or not, but it is so nice looking. The only thing I wish is that the camera would pick up the mask and the armor a little better. It's really, really reflective on this camera lens, but it's dark and shiny, all in person, and like there's reds and blacks and silvers mixed in. Even in the mask, there's red right here that you can't quite see on camera. I really wish it picked it up better. Maybe it will in post, I don't know. But it looks great. So here on the skirt, you have beautifully printed armor on the edging here. And then these scales, or whatever you want to call them, these plates, are bronzed and gray and each riveted. It looks phenomenal. The black belt here has gold details on it and across the body as well. And then this green belt has that gold loop on it, this gold bracket. You've got this blue tassel hanging, this gray with the gold rivet, and then this gold piece hanging from that. This is a soft plastic. So I kind of wish it was a soft rope or something, kind of like this piece here. I don't even know what this piece goes to. It's elastic, and it's kind of between the seam of the arm and this gauntlet, like the soft goods in the gauntlet. I don't know what that goes to. It's kind of noticeable. But yeah, I don't know what that is. But all of this waist detail continues to the back, and then you've got a hook here. And I'm assuming this is for the gourd you can put there. Here on the back of the spine, you can kind of see those colors I was talking about where they're gray, silver, and red. You can see those mixed in now that we're a little closer up. And the soft goods tunic has such a beautiful print on it. And all of the lining of this tunic, like here and here, seems to have a really thin wire on it that holds any position you put it in. So that's a really nice detail. I didn't know they could get wire thin enough for this. I'm telling you, it's really thin, but it is doing a great job of holding the shape when you move it and twist it. And then returning to the head here real quick on this mask, it's got these teeth that are like
They're like ivory colored. It's a color that you don't see on the rest of the figure at all. So it's incredible. I don't know if it's the plastic or the paint or whatnot, but it's a color you see exclusively on these teeth, and the attention to detail is just crazy. Oh, and the tail here is a wired tail. It's a soft rubbery tail, and you can just bend it into position. You can kind of see a seam along the edge of the tail there. I'm guessing that's kind of how they assembled it with the wire in it or whatnot, which is kind of interesting because you can't really see any other seams on this figure. Like this figure, they do a good job of hiding the seams pretty much everywhere. So very interesting that there's a little seam on the tail there. Honestly, there are only like 2 things on this figure that I don't like so far aesthetically. And the one is the soft plastic here. I do wish this was something else because I feel like this could break easier than a rope or a string of some kind. And then the glossy finish on this part of the belt that looks like grass or hay. I do wish they would have matte finished that. So now that my camera is back to making all these surfaces super reflective, let's get into some articulation. Head goes up that high, and that's a combination of neck and head. And it goes down that low, also a combination of neck and head. Here is a demonstration of that neck joint moving for you. Tilt goes that far, and other side goes that far. That neck joint moves a little bit for you again. And then the neck joint also moves when you go left and right. It spins with you so you can make him look as far as you need him to. This shoulder piece is on some kind of joint where you can spin it a little bit, push it in and pull it out, so that shouldn't get too much in the way of the T-pose, but let's try it. And the T-pose gets more than 90 on this side, gets less than 90 on this side, but not bad at all. There is a bicep swivel right underneath the armor, so you don't have to worry about the shoulder piece moving and prohibiting that. And right underneath the elbow you have a forearm cut as well, so you get to spin that too. So this little piece of armor that covers the elbow won't get in the way. Double jointed elbows gets you as far as you could want, and you got to test it on the soft goods side too, so yeah, that gets you as far as you could want. The wrist is on that ball hinge, so you can move it down as far as the armor lets you, and up, but then you can also rotate it so you can move any way you want because it's on the ball hinge. Back to the kind of arm movement real quick, because there is butterflies and they are hitting. This armor piece right here you can see, and this one right here going across the pec, those are your butterflies. So he can move his arms back really far, and then he can move his arms forward to the natural position, which means his arms get that close and then that far out. This one looks like it could move a little further, but maybe the shoulder piece is blocking it. I took a quick peek under this belt here, and it's interesting because this soft goods is different than this soft goods. So this is one piece, and then these are either one piece or multiple pieces, but they are not tied into this piece. They are not connected. His chest can lean back that far, which is pretty good, and it can lean forward. Oh dang, I don't know how many joints there are, but that is pretty good. Pick up the skirt here and you can get a sneak peek at these joints. Let's get them moving. Kicks that high up, and holy crap, that far back. That, I don't know of any figures that kick that far back. Thigh swivel, twists around, armor covers it, double jointed knee. Gets you that far, and it's kind of seamless. Like, you can definitely see this gap here, but like what I'm saying is it doesn't look broken up. That looks like one piece. It's nice. Ankle joints are like the wrists, so you can move them in any direction as long as the ball hinge works for you, and they do spin. Then you do have toe articulation that lets you bend it up so he can be running or have his foot raised, but also down so he can grasp onto any stick or rock or whatever. And interestingly enough, his big toe joint has its own articulation, so it can go up and down. Then lastly, his tail connects right there, and there's no articulation at the joint there, but it is a wired tail, so you can bend it into any shape you'd like, probably just no 90 degrees. After moving him around quite a bit, the shoulder
cloth here seems to be raised a little. I'd like to pull that back down so it's tighter on the shoulder, kind of like that, which I think it was in the beginning of the review, but now it's a little puffy and I don't quite like that. So I need to figure out how to do that. Pulling these doesn't work because these are separate pieces. Oh, and of course I completely forgot about the twist around the waist, along with any tilt that goes along with it. Overall, I'd say he has some pretty good articulation, but let's test it out in some poses. Here is the Destined one finding a goodie on the ground. Now, I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure this is how he teleported to each shrine. And there he is, smacking away with his staff. And we're trying out the stand here. I did have to tighten it up a bit. And there he is, drinking up. Oh man, this effect piece takes a lot of space. Actually, I have it on the long stick, so maybe that's the bad choice. I should probably do it on the short stick. I caught my mistake. Here it is on the short stick. Much better. But speaking of the long stick, here he is extending it and looking out. And a slight alteration to Monkey's pose, the Destined one's pose, makes it look like he's leaping. They did include straight fists, so how about some martial arts poses? Including throwing straight fists. I mean, let's be real, this guy looks good just standing there. So let's compare him to some other figures. You got Star Wars Black Series, and you have Star Wars SH Figuarts. Jazzwares Fortnite, or you have NECA Predator. McFarlane Batman, and McFarlane Sabak, which is one of the Mega figures. I say this just about anytime I get a 6-inch Wukong. I actually really like the scale here. Wukong's small. He's supposed to be small in the story, so having him this much shorter than Batman, it's kind of cool. So I like him stacked up against 7-inch figures. The Four Horsemen Figure Obscura Wukong, so you can compare this to like Mythic Legions and stuff. The Noda Studio Wukong, I know they're doing an armored Wukong coming out soon, or they at least announced it a little bit ago. So this is probably the scale of what it's going to look like. The other Black Myth Wukong offering we've gotten by Joyman Toys, I'm pretty sure it's unofficial, but it's Black Myth Wukong, so there's the scale on that. And of course, the Fury Toys Wukong, which we all know was a big figure and was a lot of people's complaint about it. So I guess it's time for final thoughts. And I don't have too much negative to say about him. He comes with a lot of hands, like more than you would probably ever use. Honestly, there's so many hands. He comes with the gourd, which is awesome because in-game that's very important. He comes with the Tiger Subduing pellets, the enhanced Tiger Subduing pellets, which makes you stronger in the game. So if you're end game in this, you've probably used them at least once. The talisman to return you to the shrine, like that is something you've probably used because you've probably been in the thick of it and didn't want to fight all the enemies again. The 2 different sizes of staff is so nice. Having an extendable staff without having to actually make it so it's extendable, fantastic thought process. The effect pieces for the staff where it's spinning, it's great. It's not needed and it's great. It's awesome. It's very heavy, so very nice that they included this stand here. And then the alternate head, the mask that goes with the outfit, is a fantastic addition. This isn't Wukong's endgame. This isn't his first outfit either. So this is just kind of a nice middle ground outfit, and you get all of the armor pieces for it. So super, super cool. And the details on this figure are inarguably amazing. Like, this really looks like they took one of their 1/6 scale figures or 6-inch figures and they just scaled it down somehow. And I don't know how, but it works and it looks great. Like they didn't skimp on the paint apps, the soft goods with the print on it. It's reversible, so that different print on the inside than there is on the outside. The trimming on everything, the trimming on the plastic or this rubber, the trimming on the soft goods, the details even on this hanging medallion piece, like everything looks phenomenal. And I would say it's 100% that makes it worth the money. But this isn't that expensive, even with if you're importing it and the tariffs. Like it's not super expensive compared to some import figures. And any way you try to pose him, he gets out of his own way. So he's got this armor piece, which is on a joint. Oh, sorry, you can't see it. That armor piece is on a joint, so that gets out of the way. The soft goods obviously get out of the way. He's got rotation at his wrist or his forearm and at his bicep. He's got rotation at his thigh here. He just gets out of his own way. And the butterfly joints where the armor moves, that's insane. That's such a great idea. This armor just moves with his body and like it never looks out of place. Honestly, my only downfalls are the same downfalls I had in the very beginning of this video. So that's not bad. No new downfalls made themselves known. I still wish this piece was some kind of cloth, and I'm not sure what this elastic goes to. Maybe it's a spacer for between the soft goods and the plastic, but mine's sticking out. It hasn't really gotten out of the way, or in the way, I mean, but it's not going back either, so it's there. And I hate that the armor is so shiny. Like, this looks beautiful in person, and it'll probably look great in photos, but for some reason in this video, you just can't pick it up because it is so reflective. Oh, and not that it's important or anything, but I did want to mention that on all of his staff pieces, the cores and the additions, there is a key shape to it that you have to line up to plug in. It's not something that I find necessary, but I guess it's nice because it makes it so that this never spins around on the core and that it's always lined up like it is in game. So that's pretty cool. Not necessary, but cool. But yeah, everything else works. I really don't think I have any negatives beside like this piece here and the random elastic piece that nobody knows what is. I mean, not I don't know what is. Somebody knows. Everything else just works. It all works together. It all works nicely, and you have more than you could possibly want. I think I've rambled enough, so let's get this over with. So that's my review. Until next time, stay safe and have fun. I don't know what that is.